What a night in prospect. Will the Hawk swoop, or will Judd be the one to trump Hawkins? Only one thing guaranteed, we will have a left-hander in the final. And I'll tell you what, if tonight is half as good as last night, we're in for a rare treat.
Thank you. The first frame, Judd Trump to break.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Phil. Really looking forward to this match. Both players in great form this season and already in this tournament. Great crowd, great reception. It's all the ingredients of a wonderful feast of snooker. Couldn't agree more with the boys in the studio. Well, Alan and Stephen. I think it's going to be a close contest. You would expect it with the performances of both players to get to the semi-final, and of course the performances throughout the season. Of course, Trump has won 3 tournaments already. Barry got that European Masters under his belt very early in the season.
The other thing that points to thrills is that 7 of their previous matches have gone the distance.
Yeah, and you would expect it to go pretty close again tonight. I think either player would like to see that black tied up, and Judd Trump may play a safety shot here. Could dislodge the black, bring it out into open play. Tried to, but just missed the red just above the black. Now a chance for Barry Hawkins, because the fact that that green has been knocked pretty close to the brown as he eyes up a possible 3-ball plant here, but certainly getting that cue ball back behind the green and brown. There's a pretty big target there now. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, not behind that green where he would have liked it, but good cue ball. Pretty close to that ball cushion.
Wow, the miss. Barry Hawkins.
Mindful not to catch that red too thick. The first mistake here could be very expensive. All of the reds now opened up. The black might be surrounded, but the table is looking pretty.
Yeah, and Barry just contemplating whether to put him back in. He thinks he might have a better chance of playing a more telling safety shot here. Put the cue ball over the left-hand side of the table. Makes it a bit more awkward.
Table not so pretty now with the blue going relatively awkwardly.
chance for Judd Trump here. Just trying to swing that cue ball back towards that yellow here of 4 cushions maybe. He's brought the black into play. Red's gone close to this left corner pocket though. Now has he left it? If he hasn't left it direct, I don't think you can see it direct, but he certainly can play off this cushion. This left-hand cushion. Knock the red in. Not 100% sure where the cue ball is going to finish up. This a few times. I think you just get enough of that left hand side cushion. Just try and clip this red in. Ooh, too much of it. He's got away with it. He's had a result there.
It's amazing when you've got a shot like that, the amount of times that even these top pros hit a ball like that too thick.
Beautiful touch. It's been so impressive, actually. Judd Trump's other part of the game, the dark part of the game, as sometimes Stephen Hendry would call it, and it has to be a dark art, but he has improved, Phil, so much in that department over the last few seasons. And we saw evidence of that even last night against Murphy. You know, the way he played and getting the snookers and all, that part of his game has gone up exponentially.
Yeah, overshadowed was the 8th frame. He won the 7th with that wonderful clearance and that particularly extraordinary positional shot, but he won the 8th. Salvaged it from nowhere after needing 2 snookers with the last red on the table.
Yeah, good hit. He's also playing a guy that's in the top few percent in the world at the safety game too. Barry Hawkins, very knowledgeable of his angles. So quite unusual. We haven't had a ball potted just yet. And we're almost 8 minutes in.
That was a thin edge where nothing else would do.
That's pretty good. Now, he's going to do well to find a path back to ball care. Very difficult where that cue ball is. Can't find a path back, so he's going to try and nestle on this red. It's on his top cushion. Once again, wonderful touch. Great shot.
There's a study in contrasts to the opening frame last night between Judd Trump and Sean Murphy, when Murphy cracked in a long red almost immediately and made 107. So the frame was over in no time. Here, now 10 minutes gone. The ball yet to be potted. Reminiscent of the first ever shootout when Steve Davis and Peter Ebdon played for about 5 minutes without potting a ball there, and someone in the crowd shouted, "This has got 0-0 written all over it."
Well, there's a possible pot into this bottom left corner pocket, but there's no guarantee of getting on a colour. Will Judd Trump be tempted? Well, here goes. No, we don't. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Hope the scoreboard hasn't gone into sleep mode. They might have to reboot it.
Yeah, it just sometimes happens, doesn't it, in a frame of snooker? Not expecting it. Big build-up for this match, and just the way that sometimes a frame can pan out. Both players playing. Don't want to make a mistake and just trying to force an error from their opponent. Now, has Barry got a...
Well, he'll be enjoying it. Carl Boys, European Moscone Cup hero. Many a year, and a really good egg.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot. That was played. That was intentional, and that was an excellent safety shot from Barry Hawkins. As I said, knows his angles very well, and certainly showed it there. There's still no quarter given between these two players.
Yeah, Carl, we saw just a moment ago coming from the world of pool. He wouldn't have seen many racks like this.
Well. It was certainly worth waiting for. He's very unlucky with the kiss and the reds that he's not actually out on a colour, but wonderful pot from Trump. Actually, yellow wouldn't be too bad of a ball. Just hit it on the right-hand side as we look. Try and sneak that cue ball in behind green and brown. Just the fact that he's bridging over the red just makes that shot a bit more difficult. Just slightly concerned with this red that's close to the bottom right corner pocket. Doesn't want to leave that possible pot on. We're contemplating maybe taking this pink on into the right centre. Oh, cue ball back to bulk. But he has left this red, and that's the one he was concerned with.
Foul. Judd Trump 4.
Sometimes going in off can save your bacon. Not in this instance. The only thing it's guaranteed, distance between white and object ball.
You just have to watch the cue ball here. Not guaranteed to get out for the pink here. Bit of traffic around that corner pocket. Oh, but he'll settle for that. That was a lovely little kiss on the black. Just have a look at it again. Kisses the red first and just catches the black beautifully.
Eight.
Well, he's having a look at this black. There might be a gap, you know, into the left corner pocket. That would be very helpful indeed. Well, there you see it. Looks pretty close. Maybe on, you know. And you could get on the black into that left corner from this red. I think it's too tight. I got back for the pink. Doesn't like the black, so pink it is, but
9.
not high enough down the table for a better angle on the pink.
Yeah, I think the black does go, but not into a full pocket. And of course, the way the reds are, he was flirting with that near jaw, and the players don't like doing that, do they?
$50.
Yeah, a little shake of the head there. That yellow, well, just look where it's come to rest. Directly in line with that red into the left corner pocket. There you see it, look at that. Amazing that. He's got himself in a little bit of trouble here. Not straightforward this. Those two reds, they are a plant, as you can see, into, but there's a bit of a distance between them, so that's not straightforward. Of course, he's blessed with a lot of cue power. He could try and screw the cue ball back into the bulk area. So here goes. He's going to try and screw the red back into bulk, but reds could go anywhere here. Well, yeah. They could go anywhere. Certainly gone nicely for him. He's fluked one.
16.
Three-one down last night, had an outrageous fluke, made 84 from it. No semblance of guilt. There's no place for it.
20. $21. $23.
Yeah. Now we say you do need a little bit of luck, no matter how good or talented you are, and it does make a difference.
24.
People say, well, normally it evens itself out. Well, it might do over a very long session, but sometimes over the shorter session, best of 9, best of 11, can be a difference. It certainly got Judd Trump to a good position here.
Yeah, gradually manufacturing this into an authentic frame-winning chance. Until then, Ken.
30.
Yeah, a shock. That is a shock to the system. He hasn't missed many of those this season. That will disappoint them. Now, chance for Barry. Reds nicely opened up. Good chance of a counter.
One.
Hold him for pink or black there. He's not on the black, so it's going to have to be that pink into the right centre. Bit more of an angle on this pink. It's got a little care and attention needed for it. Yeah, no problem.
Seven. Eight. $40.
I'm potting this ready. Could get on the black into the opposite corner, or be on the pink into the left centre.
50.
You may see Barry
20.
over the course of the next couple of shots. He will have a couple of glances at the scoreboard. People will always ask, how many shots are the snooker players
23.
thinking ahead? Well, in this situation, already in the back of his mind will be maybe, could be up to 6 shots, because he's be contemplating that red that's close to the blue near the left middle. He's going to need that to win the frame. And there you see him, he'll have a little glance at the score.
29. 30.
Yeah, these 4 reds there down this end of the table won't be enough with high value colours to leave Judd Trump needing the snooker. So maybe Judd Trump saving grace, that little red beside the blue.
Yes, because getting to it's obstructed by the blue, and
37.
these guys don't like to leave themselves double or doubles if they can possibly avoid it.
38.
Yeah, and I think that red, just looking at it there, Phil, it's pretty
45.
close to that cushion, just off past the middle. I'm not quite sure where even the double is on. So may have to be moved, but that's a few shots away. He wants to try and dispatch these 2 reds and colours.
46.
Good shot. Now, this is where the hard work begins.
$53.
Yeah, there's another little glance at the scoreboard. Now he's having a look at the double. Is it on? Not quite sure it is, to be honest.
Known by his peers on the tour as a very reliable rest player, and you can see why. 20 pots out of 21 so far in the event.
$54.
So 23 ahead. Black will be 30 points. So just the red required. Now what's he going to do with it? Is he going to leave possible double? Or is he going to try and move it? The double it is. To me though, I'm not quite sure whether that double is on.
61.
A little grimace from Barry Hawkins as he walks around. I think he's gone too far with the cue ball. Is he going to play it? Doesn't like it. So just a safety shot.
Barry Hawkins.
Has he got the
61.
cover? No, he doesn't. Good 61 break though from Barry Hawkins. Puts him in a good strong position. But there's still a chance for Trump. He won't take this red on. He play. Try and hide the red behind maybe pink or black here. Cue ball back into balk. No, he's gone the other way. Cue ball behind pink and black. Red and balk. He's made a pretty good fist of it. Good shot. Very good.
And we saw last night the powers of escapology of Trump, winning frames he wasn't entitled to.
Foul. And a miss.
Well, that could be very costly.
Good shot.
That's a free ball as well. And he could be on the blue here.
Free ball.
Wow, so he had the safe blue. Judd Trump can pot here. Could put him back in as well. Miscalled. But I don't think he will. Having a look to see does the red pot into the yellow pocket. But if it doesn't, if you can pot this blue and leave a nice angle on either brown
Blue.
or yellow here, you could dislodge that red and green. Now let's see the angle. He's got a good angle on the yellow. But
One.
if the red is potable, he may play the brown. So this is the shot, Phil, isn't it? If you can pot this red, get on the green, just bounce that green off the ball cushion just a little bit to leave it available into the opposite corner pocket. But these are very tough. Into a blind pocket. That's why he's checking the angle. But it could be a frame winner if it goes in. Big shot.
Six.
And now Barry Hawkins has got that sinking feeling. Much like Murphy on a couple of massive occasions 24 hours ago.
10.
Yeah, I mean, that red was just tremendous, the way he played it. And the green, it's gone pretty close to this bottom right corner pocket. This made his job a little bit easier.
12.
But the cue ball is going to travel a bit of distance here. He's got to avoid pink and black. Maybe off two cushions, just missed the left middle pocket. A little bit of right hand side, just watch the cue ball. It could go close to the middle here. Just miss it, and he could be on the brown. He's played that absolutely perfect. Great
15.
shot.
Stretching.
Judd Trump. 50.
He lost his timing. On 30, he missed a red no unexpected, and now the brown goes astray.
Well, you could see Barry's face as Judd Trump missed that brown into that pocket. He couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it here either. He hasn't missed many. He's recovered. Another excellent shot from Trump. Yeah, great escape. Coming up to almost 35 minutes, but it's been very interesting indeed. Another good shot there, just nudging that black away from the top cushion into play. Trump, of course, knows that he's going to need that black should he get another chance. However, a chance for Hawkins to hide the cue ball behind the black here.
only the first frame of a possible 11, but already it's taken on important implications. Could set the tone, this frame.
Yeah, just that little flick on the pink. Wanted to avoid that pink. It would have been pretty good with that flick. Just promoting that green towards this corner pocket now. One good pot. Yeah. Cue ball naturally going towards the blue. And that's okay. Okay, the cue ball has to travel in and out of balk, but shouldn't be a problem.
Nine.
As long as he doesn't finish straight on the pink, he's okay. And he's got a nice angle now. And that shot a few moments ago where he knocked the black into a better position could prove very fruitful indeed. Ooh, ooh.
15.
That was pretty close, Phil.
Calm down, Ken. Judd Trump in the pink. Just about. Again, he's been found guilty of stealing a frame, but it's Hawkins who's been punished. .7 minutes to win the opening frame, and he's delighted to do so. So often when a player plunders a frame, early in the next he knocks in a red from distance. almost preordained. Not in this case. And Trump has left one.
One.
Well, you saw a wonderful angle of Barry Hawkins's piston-like cue action, dead straight as a gun barrel, and had to be. And that was such a tough shot into these middle pockets, which are probably the tightest pockets on the table. Very
6.
little to aim at, but wonderful opener.
Seven.
Nice little shot that, flicking on a little bit of left-hand side to widen the angle to come through the gap for the ball killers.
He's screwing down, trying to get on one of these reds into this right corner. Once again, nicely played.
10.
Just gone too far for that red, but he still has this red at the bottom of the pack. And if you could screw off the pack here, you could be on the black into the same pocket. Oh, we tried, just didn't get into the cue ball enough.
11.
Missed opportunity, just trying to get that cue ball spinning back off the pack towards the left hand side of the table, but didn't get into it enough.
White ball. Barry Hawkins 11.
Lots of side had to be applied, and the pace had to be spot on. He's got the bug, you know, Judd Trump. He badly wants to win every single match now. He loves the process of winning.
Yeah, he's been on a great run, hasn't he? I mean, what was it, 21, 22 matches unbeaten, Phil? Came to an end out in China. Stephen Maguire ended that wonderful run. 3 tournaments in a row. And even though when he came into the studio last night, he said he didn't feel that great, that confident against Sean Murphy, even though he pulled off some amazing clearances.
Well, to put Trump's achievement into perspective, he's one of only 5 players to win 3 world ranking titles in a row. You almost became the 6th, Ken, all those years ago at the Scottish Open, losing in the final to Peter Ebdon.
Thanks for reminding me, Phil. Well, as all great champions do, even when they're not playing the best, they just have an innate ability just to get over the line, and that's exactly what he did last night, Trump. And we saw evidence of that in the first frame. There was anything available into this left corner pocket. Nothing there, so just a safety shot here. Yeah, pretty good.
Foul. The miss. Barry Hawkins.
Much like a similar foul from Trump in the first frame, he knew it had to be catching the red by a whisker. It's great to see Trump in full flow, but I'll tell you what, it's also great to see him in this kind of mindset. He's become the all-round match player. He's got patience, application, and of course, skill in abundance.
This cue ball needs to travel, otherwise he'd be leaving this red. One of the very few times that Barry Hawkins hasn't reached the ball cushion, and you see the disappointment. He's expecting Trump to knock this in. No problem. He doesn't miss many of those. Nice angle on the yellow here. Just play on maybe 2 or possibly 3 reds here. Don't miss that red near the middle. He's okay. He was playing on this red just below the pink. And now he's having a look to see will the black pot into this bottom right corner pocket. It's very, very tight. Oh, they may be touching. Black may be touching that red. Let's have a look. Looks pretty close. I'm not quite sure whether that black is on or not. He has a better view, of course. Let's see what he plays for. Oh, yeah.
4.
He believes it's on. It'll make a big difference, of course, because it will free up that red just above the black. Oh, it was touching. Well, we have a look at that again. He's actually, the red has moved there. Watch this. It was touching and it still went in.
11.
It's hard to believe, but it's okay. He's on the red and he can play for the black again.
12.
Hitting the black at that pace seemed to sort of force it through. Ken, you've done this thousands of times.
90.
It's a very satisfying feeling to have a scoring chance that you've given yourself with tactical superiority.
20.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a loose one from Barry Hawkins, really. But he, as you said, he's got this patience now, Trump. He's confident in playing good safety shots, putting his opponent under pressure. But from Barry Hawkins' perspective, it
27.
wasn't that difficult a safety shot. Just needed to. The cue ball was very slow in its pace, and once you leave, likes of Trump or any of these top players, and there's
28.
another wonderful shot. Once you leave them with the hand on the table in around the bulk area, more often than not, they're going to knock in a long ball. Barry Hawkins knew the minute he came back to his seat, you could see the displeasure on his face of the shot. He knew he was in trouble. And now, after a few shots, Trump has carved a
35.
wonderful opportunity for himself here to win the second frame.
$41. $42.
There's nothing Trump loves more than scoring. But I think now he's embraced the need for a tight defensive game to open the gates for big breaks.
47. $48.
Yeah, and here was the shot. I mean, well, you see, it's not tight to the ball cushion. This, as soon as Barry hit it, he knew. Look, he's willing the cue ball back in behind the brown, and just as it, of course, didn't reach, sat back in his chair, and he feared the worst.
53.
38 behind now.
54.
So just black and one more red.
On a tighter table, he might have played something different there, but this week,
61.
these pockets have been accommodating.
$62.
Yeah, and you could tell, look at the way he's played that. He had a quick glance at the scoreboard. He knew he only needed the red, and there was no heroics to try and get out on the black. Still expecting to pot this black, but no problem at all.
$69. Thank you. Judd Trump, 69. And the frame.
54 the difference, 43 on. One snooker and a free ball might have turned things around, but Barry Hawkins concedes. And so, thanks mainly to a break of 69, Trump doubles his lead. That pack is about to be disturbed for the start of frame
Thank
three.
you, the
Judd
third
Trump
frame.
hoping to consolidate.
Judd Trump to break.
We went from the pack to the ace in the pack. At the risk of labouring the point, Ken, the patience and the application and discipline of Trump makes him a very different player these days. A truly formidable competitor.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I think he made that conscious decision a few seasons ago now. And then, of course, he had the wonderful success of, I think, 5 and 6 in a tournament season of wins. But yeah, he's a complete player. And playing at the top of his game as well. But so is this man, Barry Hawkins. Needs to find a way to try and break Trump down. Get him out of his rhythm. And try to score himself. Now, what's he looking at here? Let's try the double. Played it with an element of safety. Leaving that cue ball tight to the right-hand side cushion. Didn't know where the red was going. It's always the problem when you play a double. But once again, he'd be certainly very, very happy where the red ended up.
Overall, we've seen a low percentage of attempted doubles find the target. Maybe that's because this tournament is played on a Rasson table, which is not the norm for the tour. They play the Champion of Champions on Rassons and also the 2 Championship Leagues, Invitation and Ranking. The rest of the events are played on star tables. So it could be that the reaction is slightly different.
One.
Well, no problem with doubles, Phil, but certainly no problems with a few flukes as well. Another bit of luck there from needed. Not on a ball colour, so just a roll up behind the brown.
Judd Trump 1.
Yeah, I must say, I've had a little practice on the practice tables here, the Rasson, and they're playing absolutely beautiful. Lovely roll on the claw, nice and fast. Cushion's maybe a tad softer than what the lads are normally play on with the star tables, but still, this table has been played beautifully all week. Really conducive to top quality snooker. Good breaks. Oh, he's misjudged this. Has he misjudged this? No, he's okay. Good shot.
Getting the cue ball just past the blue line, not recommended.
Now, Barry having a good look. Is he on this red? Can he see enough of it past the blue? Well, he may be okay. Maybe able to flick a little bit of left-hand side. Just swerve it slightly around the blue. Hit enough of that red. I think you could be okay here. Oh, we're looking right down the line. He's got to go pretty close to the blue with the cue ball. Yeah, well played. Good shot.
1.
Can he negotiate this cue ball in between? Well, he'd like to go in between brown and yellow here, down the left-hand side of the table for red into this bottom right corner pocket. Got to avoid brown and yellow here. Looks pretty good.
6. Seven.
Well, a tremendous pot in the yellow to get the cue ball.
9.
That amount of pace around the angles, but he's been very unlucky with that kiss on the red. So a little test of this shot. Very difficult cueing off the left-hand side cushion. Which is missable. Gotta stay so still on the shot here. Oh, well played. Great cueing that.
10.
Oh, once again. You'd have to say a little bit unlucky just to catch that red. Stop the cue ball in its tracks. So once again, takes this blue. Got to avoid brown and yellow. Yeah, well played. Now, what are you on? As you look here.
15.
Worst reflection, not great. Is he on this red into the right centre? Maybe red up into the green pocket, the top right hand corner pocket as we look. Is it there?
Barry Hawkins. 15.
He was kicking against the wind for quite a while there, wasn't he? Just couldn't quite find the one inspirational shot to get right in.
He's fortunate, and once again, Judd Trump. He's got Barry in a bit of trouble here. Just got to be careful here. It's only one cushion. He's trying to nestle into the reds, just below the pink. Could slide by. I could slide by, and that's exactly what's happened. Oh, big mistake. Big mistake from Barry Hawkins. Such a big target here, Phil, hadn't he? This is very unlike him to miss Dallas Reds.
Yes, and we were talking about the monstrous fluke that Trump had last night in frame 5 as he turned things around against Murphy. That little bit of luck to get in behind the brown was much more subtle, but it could be equally productive. You know, I was delving into their head-to-head records. Yes, we know it's 9-8 to Trump in all meetings, but in best of 11s, i.e. this distance, Trump leads 6-2 as he plays a poor positional shot. Obviously expected a thicker secondary kiss.
Yeah, an unusual one. A bit surprised he didn't play it a bit firmer and bounce the cue ball off that side cushion. Can't do much with the cue ball here. So he's dropping the black in. He's looking at this red into the right centre pocket. Is he on it?
24.
He's just about on it. He's okay. But once again, these middle pockets so tight. Be so accurate, and he's got to play it with pace. Oh, what a
25.
shot. What a shot.
Nothing will beat last night, that positional shot to get on the last red, but that was the best shot of the match so far. And in terms of this frame, it could easily be the most consequential. He's banged in again.
32. $33.
Another head-to-head dissection. They've played in 7 semi-finals before. Trump leads 4-3 in victories.
$41. $48. $49. $56.
Yeah, 46 the difference, so red and blue would be enough. But he's not going to stop there. He wouldn't have thought.
57.
As the cue ball just travels that a little bit further than he would have liked. Quick glance at the score. The blue would put him 52 ahead with 51 remaining. It's a little bit of a cut back into that left centre. He may even take it into this bottom left corner pocket. Corner pocket it is. Yeah. Wriggled in, but safely dispatched.
62.
A commercial shot, as they say.
Well, you just can't cue the ball any better than that. Across the table, across the nap, off the cushion. Wonderful red. Trying to dislodge the red from the pink. May still be on
68.
into the right centre pocket. Oh, it's just so good.
69.
He's just playing with that sort of air of confidence, Phil. And that's a man who's, of course, been so successful already this season. Another tremendous shot, cue par. And he's just playing
71.
wonderful snooker at the moment.
Even for Trump, that was asking an awful lot.
Trump,
But it's the highest break of the evening so far. 71. Judd Trump halfway to what would be his 5th appearance in a final this season. Loving life at the moment. He leads Barry Hawkins 3-0. One more frame to go before the interval.
Barry
and
Hawkins
you have to
break.
believe Hawkins must chalk it up.
Yeah, massive frame this for Barry Hawkins. Feel he'd have to get this frame under his belt just to give himself a chance. Of course, the best of 11, even if you are 4-0 down, you've still got a little bit of leeway, but just the way Trump is playing at the moment,
Make sure
very
your
hard
phones are on
to
silent or off, please.
come back from a 4-0 deficit. So huge frame in the context of this match, but already a half a chance for the man in form. Yeah.
1.
Just so good at that particular shot. Missing the black and the reds back down towards a ball colour. And those two reds we saw earlier, just around the black spot. I think the top one of the two possibly pots into this right corner pocket. Played for this red, just left of the blue.
3.
Yeah, and I see those two reds actually pot. And the red above them at the bottom of the pack pots as well. So you get on the black here off this red.
4.
Bit short of pace. Ooh, mistake. Takes this black on. It's wow. Very missable indeed. Very missable indeed.
Judd Trump, 4.
At that pace, he knew the black would more than likely block the pocket.
Yeah. Better cue ball tight to the ball cushion, but just wondering, should Trump have a go at this red here? There's plenty of value in it. If it goes in, he may refuse it. No, he's gone for it, and there was value in it with the black over the corner pocket. What a pot. At that pace. Oh, that's just wonderful.
1. Eight. 9.
Even though he was beaten very early for him in the International Championship in Tianjin last week by, as Ken said, Stephen Maguire. He earned enough there in China to take his career prize money over £8 million, and he continues to be on the money here. A little short of pace, mind you, on this red, but it's a resolvable problem.
17.
I think the pink spot, so it has to go behind the pack of reds in line with its own spot, and of course the black in the top cushion. Well, this red just below the pack, will it still pot into the left corner pocket? That's what Judd
20.
Trump is coming around to have a look. May have actually blocked that red.
$24.
And that red, just to the right of the pink, it does pot into the right centre pocket. So may play on that red now. Maybe the pink to follow. Not a great angle.
31. Good
pot. Now this time he has a nice angle on the black. Lots of top spin off the top cushion into the pack. Played it at a mediocre pace and it hasn't worked out.
39.
I'm a bit surprised with that particular type of shot because he's so good at it. Lots of pace.
Judd Trump, 39.
Again, taking no risk. He holds Barry Hawkins in high regard.
Well, this time, Barry Hawkins is turn to get a slice of fortune. Just clipped the bottom of the pink there and helped itself into the corner pocket. He might feel a little bit unlucky that he's not on one of these ball colours better, but he may take this brown on. It's a big shot because he knows if he misses it and the cue ball careers into those reds, it could be very costly. But if he gets it, a chance to steal the frame, it's worth taking on. It's worth the risk. He feels, well, he did. Now he's changed his mind.
Barry Hawkins.
Well, somebody liked that shot in there.
In the table footer he trusted, and it was a trust vindicated.
Probably play the same shot again, dead weight. Can't get the cue ball off down the left-hand side of the table, so it's just a roll into the pack of reds here. Doesn't want to leave a touching ball. It's okay. But now a chance for Barry here just to open the red slightly and get that cue ball glued to the ball cushion if you can. No, playing behind the black. I'm a bit surprised there. Thought he might have taken the chance to go back towards the bulk and split the reds up. There's a touching ball.
Touching ball.
It is. So 4 cushions, maybe behind the yellow. 1, 2. Very short at pace.
Again, the safety not exactly telling.
Yeah, it's let him down so far in this session of snooker. Barry Hawkins is normally so reliable, that part of his game, but it's again hand on the table for Trump. He doesn't miss many of those. You've got to be so good with your cue ball and playing safety shots against this man. If he gets his hand on the table and the ball is there to be potted, more often than not, he gets it. Barry Hawkins' safety has been really below par tonight. A few times it's cost him.
8.
And Trump won't mind seeing a red go onto the side cushion there, just as a precaution.
9.
If Hawkins does get another chance, which looks unlikely, at least one ball is really safe. I think that's going to be a moot point, though, anyway.
40. 50.
So often, first frames are vitally important.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Phil. I think he's still feeling the effects. I mean, that first frame where he had it, he was in a very strong position.
22.
Trump stole it on the black, and
23.
it's just got better and better as this match has gone on. So, mid-session coming up, sometimes it can change the dynamics of the match, having that little break at the interval, but
27.
certainly Hawkins needs to find something and start moving through the gears. Otherwise, this match could be over very, very quickly indeed.
Judd Trump. 27. And the frame.
The frame is certainly over, as indeed is this mini session. It's been entirely dominated by Judd Trump, who leads 4-0. 2 more required to make it into the final.
Sure thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Four. 15.
said he's going back. Oh, yes, he is. And I'll be with him. Oh, that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine.
Well, Judd Trump has built a 4-0 lead in our opening semi-final here at the Champion of Champions with a masterclass in match play. He shut Barry Hawkins out of this one. Trump's 93% positional success, that long game stat, means he's dominating and 2 frames away from his 5th final of the season. And watching alongside me, Alan McManus and Stephen Hendry. Stephen, as that mini-session came to an end, I said it's almost Selby-esque the way he's approaching this one, Judd Trump. It's a very different type of match than we saw him play yesterday, but it's effective.
He's becoming the consummate match player, Judd. I mean, he used to be known for, you know, naughty snooker, flamboyant snooker, but now it's just getting the job done. He's thoroughly dominated Barry tonight. Barry thought maybe intimidated is too strong, but he's not come out looking like he's up for it tonight. And the first frame was crucial, as we'll see.
Yeah, we were talking, Alan, before the match about how Trump recognised that Hawkins often gets off to a flyer against him. That wasn't the case tonight. How important was this first frame?
It was huge. I mean, we billed Barry as the playmaker in this match tonight, but he hasn't been allowed to play. There's been 73 safety shots in this match, all told, and that's a lot for 2 guys of this quality. Barry's been pinned back that often, and Judd is so granite that one of the biggest weapons I think Judd has had in this match tonight is his patience. He will not, it's thou shalt not pass. I will not give up chances on the cheap. And because of that, Judd's been able to pick up the pieces in the opening frame. And as we'll see as this match goes on here, the first session actually, there's a lot of safety errors by Barry. Here's another one. He pushes a red into the open play. You don't get the cue ball back where you need to have it. You leave it anywhere around the baulk line, and you will be punished by Judd Trump every time because of the form he's in. Long game, he's what? Sorry, just looking at it, he's 11 at 10.
He's missed 1 long pop.
Yeah, 10 out of 11, so that's been the story. The other thing about it is that the first frame took 37 minutes. It's difficult for normal snooker players to go from first gear to 4th or 5th gear, and he's been able to do that, Stephen, in spells, hasn't he? But Barry's safety has not been good enough.
I mean, it's just been unforced error after unforced error. And at this level, against this opponent, if you're not on it, you're just going to get destroyed, and that's exactly what's happening. Barry's not been on it tonight for whatever reason, making too many simple mistakes that you don't really expect it from someone like Barry Hawkins, because he's such a tremendous all-round match player. But this is barely past the baulk line there. He knows that, and you can't let Judd get his hand on the table, because as you say, he's in the crest of a wave at the minute. He's just seen pots and they're in. You know what I mean? So he's a man that's just. The game is just easy at the moment.
And I think also when you see the average shot time for both players, the first couple of frames, it was sitting about 30 seconds, which tells its own story, doesn't it, Alan?
Yeah, 29 seconds a shot for Barry Hawkins has been caused by the granite snooker of Judd Trump, and there he is trying to get a loosener in the practice room, which we can't blame him for. He's been pinned back, he's not getting any quality table time, and Judd is dominant so far in the match.
How does he get back into it, Stephen?
Well, I mean, as I say, cutting out, if he does get chances, cutting out unforced errors, doing the simple things well. He's not been doing the simple things well tonight. I don't know, how do you do it? Because, I mean, Judd is just... Alan and I were talking, his safety play now is just phenomenal. I mean, you said it's like Selby, like it almost is the way he can freeze players out and then pounce.
Trouble is, if you don't want to engage in a safety battle, which Barry doesn't want to get involved with Judd tonight, then you come out punching from deep and you start taking on shots you might not fancy, and he's not feeling good, so why would you take them on? That's the conundrum facing Barry right now.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say, he talked about commitment in his last match. He's got to fully commit.
Fully commit. OK, we'll see if he does that. We will, when we come back, we'll get the conclusion of this semi-final and see if Barry Hawkins can indeed haul himself back into this one. Welcome back to the Tough Sheet Stadium in Bolton and our first semi-final in this year's Champion of Champions. Judd Trump has taken a 4-frame lead over Barry Hawkins, who needs to come out swinging if he's to challenge for a place in Sunday's final. To take us through to the conclusion of this best-of-11 match, Neil Foulds is alongside David Hendon in the commentary box. But first, here's Tahir Hadjat to reintroduce the players.
Snooker fans, please welcome back into the arena Barry Hawkins, Judd Trump and your referee, Brendan Moore.
So Judd Trump has a complete stranglehold on this match as it stands. Can Barry Hawkins
Thank you, frame
find
five.
a way back in?
Judd
How
Trump
will he
to
do
play.
it? I'm sure many people here would like to see a comeback. It's going to have to start in this frame. Trump's super confident, of course, having won 3 titles already this season. Played terrific all-round snooker this evening. So it's over to Hawkins to try and change things up here.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tough one for him. How does he do it? What can he change? He's probably going to have to attack, I think. I mean, at the moment, Judd's all-round game is superior. Safety and able to grind out frames where need be. But he's going to have to try and just be the first player of the 2 in amongst them. Probably involves going a little bit more on the attack. At 4-0 down, the best of 11, you're in trouble, clearly. Might be the only way out of trouble. Pot his way out of trouble. Of course, all that's very easy to say, but in reality, if the pots aren't there, there's not much you can do about that.
Exactly. You know, you've got to get in first, and Trump's safety's been excellent all night. He knew he would have to play well against Hawkins, who, of course, has got a terrific record against him. It was 9-8, remember, to Trump coming in on their personal head-to-head. Barry Hawkins has won some high-profile matches against him, including a final this season. So that's why Trump was wary from the off, but at the moment he's in full control.
One.
Well, that's a horrible feeling when you can see that cue ball heading into a big bunch of reds with no obvious way out of there. It's a question of which colour he attempts to play from his nomination here.
Yellow ball.
Plays it well, he could get right in behind the yellow. This is always think where,
Foul.
why would you have this put
Barry
back
Hawkins
if you were
won.
Judd Trump?
Judd Trump four.
I don't think you would, because he's likely to play the shot better and snooker at you. Second time around, it happened to, I think it was Mark Allen earlier in the week when he allowed his opponent another go from the miss and ended up snookered.
Foul.
Well, there clearly wasn't a lot of room
Judd Trump.
to hit that red, as we saw right down the line of it, that he missed it by a couple of millimetres, I would say. And once again, Judd not taking the miss. He's got all bases covered at the moment, hasn't he? I mean, his decision making is very clear. Seeing that, not just having the ball put back as if to say, well, I'll try and do better than the previous go. I don't think I'll do that. I'll put you in even more trouble than you were in on the last time you failed. That's how he's seeing it. A bit of a dismissive shake of the head there from Barry Hawkins. He knows he's in a lot of trouble here. Again, can he get to a thin edge of something? That's a very clever shot from Barry. That's a very clever shot. It's exactly what he tried.
One.
It was a shot to nothing, but there wasn't much room to get through there. But he found the gap, and now Barry Hawkins has got to find a way out of this mess. It's kind of a continuation of what happened before the interval. No obvious signs of anything changing.
Yeah, it's sort of boa constrictor snooker, isn't it, from Trump? He's just squeezing and squeezing.
Such a good shot, though. And the standard of safety in this frame been pretty high, even in complete defence from Hawkins. Looked like he was going to head into the black there, but he just avoided it. He'll be up the other end again, though, here. In some trouble, I think. Well, he'd like to play off the left side of the bunch and go to the left of the red on the cushion and round the back of the black. That's the angle he's looking, but he's opening up the reds in playing that. He should be able to play it. Well, he looks like he might be using a little bit of left-hand side instead. Yeah, that's all right. That's what he was hoping for. He's kind of put it all on Judd now. We know he knocks these in, but if he doesn't knock this in, then it may be that Barry Hawkins gets his chance.
One.
The thing is, he's knocking him in. Look at that for a shot. That's 12 out of 13 from long range tonight.
And all those long pots I've noticed, David, they're not even making a sound as they go in. They're so far into the middle of the pocket, not hitting the jaw or anything. And a couple he's played at quite extreme pace, which means your accuracy is even more under scrutiny. They probably read to the middle before the interval, a lot of pace on it. Flew into the pocket.
6.
At the moment he's playing snooker just to a slightly different level to everyone else.
Yes, he's got that groove back that he was in a couple of years ago when he was really dominating throughout the season. He won in 3 seasons. He won 14 ranking events, including the World Championship. The Masters was in there as well. And so the game's, of course, Premier Invitation event. Of course, he won this 2 years ago. A relatively fallow period followed. I say relatively. He did win the Masters last season, but now he's back to just relentless winning ways, it would seem, with his eye here on a place in a 5th Champion of Champions final. Now you've got to get it all out of the way, which he's done.
But I think it's like in snooker, players have a, as you say, a fallow period, whatever you want to call it, where he's not winning every tournament. But there was a spell, you know, going to the World Championships where he wasn't really in any form. You know, you can come back even better, I think. And right now it looks as if he has come back stronger than even his previous best. This looks very difficult player to beat right now.
$21. $22.
Well, for once, a ball that just hit the right-hand jaw of the pocket before going in.
29.
That's the nearest we can really find to anything remotely a mistake, because there aren't any mistakes. He's got a little bit of a challenge here for his next red. Like to be on the 2 above and to the right of the black. He's got slightly too much angle. Very delicately played on the left-hand red now.
37. $38.
So the frame's at his mercy. Barry Hawkins looking to switch things up after the interval. He did pop that red earlier, didn't land on a colour, of course, was snookered on all of them. Then left the long red. As Neil said, sort of testing Trump. Okay, can you knock it in? The answer was yes. And this is the result of that.
44. 45. $52. 53.
5 of the 9 times Trump has beaten Hawkins, it's gone to a decider. But this is completely one-sided tonight. Barring a snooker, Barry Hawkins is going to be 5-0 down.
60.
Seeing someone here at the peak of his powers in every department. He's been strong, his safety's been excellent, he's been knocking in the long balls, he's been putting the breaks together as well.
57.
It's always been difficult for a player to get all aspects of their game working at the same
68.
time. But I think Judd is doing that. You know, his long game is right up there and his break building as well. But the safety, the problems he got Barry Hawkins in this frame were absolutely severe.
74.
I mean, he was in all kinds of trouble. So everything's working.
75.
And that wouldn't happen to a snooker player all that often, let's be honest.
$81. 82. $89. 90.
Well, last season he made 45 centuries, and that's plenty for one season. That's the number he's already made this season. Is he about to better that tally?
$97. $99.
The answer is going to be yes. So Barry Hawkins needed things to change after the interval. They haven't. They've got worse, if anything. Oh, the answer's no. He's missed the green on 99.
And the play.
But Judd Trump is now just one away from the final of the Champion of Champions. He leads Barry Hawkins here in Bolton 5-0. There's all sorts of shouts that come on Barry here in Bolton. The crowd would love to see this get closer, but he's deep in trouble. The scoreline's one thing, 5-0. Obviously,
frame 6.
it's horrible for him, but
Barry
it's how well Trump has played to get to that position. The first frame, of course, very close. Trump stole that. Since then, Barry Hawkins has only scored 32 points in the next 4 frames.
Oh, that's got him as well. And I think he saw the plant. The two reds had enough distance between them. is again.
Judd Trump, 1.
Maybe he's just got a little glimmer at seeing a ball. Yeah, you can see this red. He hasn't been able to see many. That was a beauty. That was as well cued as all of the trump pots earlier. Look at that cue ball. It stopped absolutely dead.
Well, how late is too late. Barry Hawkins won't thank me for mentioning this, but he once actually lost a match when he was 5-0 up to Nigel Bond in the UK Championship. But you've got to take it frame by frame. Just try and put something together here.
9.
Yes, it's not a lead that's very often turned over. That's just about the only one I can think of as well.
$60. $17.
It was so impressive on Tuesday in certainly his first match against Luca Brissell, 2 centuries, and saw off Robert Milkins pretty comfortably in the evening. I'm sure he's been looking forward to this match ever since then. See if he can finally show us what he can do. Of course, he did make that 61 in frame 1, but lost that on the black.
$32. $33.
I might have to play a little gentle cannon here. More than a gentle one. That was a nice shot, and just pushed one red out, but it's kind of opened up a number of others in the process.
40.
Now the red's gone up the table, he can play up on the blue. It wouldn't matter if he finished short on the blue. Oh, he's perfectly
41.
on it, however. So this was from just the one sighting of a red, basically, that he's had for 2 or 3 frames. And he knocked it in beautifully.
$46. $47. $52. $53.
A little nudge on the red to the left of the pink would be handy here. Because missing that red meant he was on the other one anyway. So it was win either way. So
60.
Couple more reds. He'd be up on the blue here, so another red to follow it.
$61.
Yep, just double checking that blue and any red that he can land on, of course. And he would finally have got on the board.
Well, if he pots this, there may be
66.
good cheer here because, as I say, crowd want to see a closer match. And if he pots this red, we'll be getting another frame.
67.
Yeah, he acknowledges that with a little smile. It's a long row back, but he has punished quite a significant error in the end for Trump, leaving the chance at the red. He's missed the black, so not quite
Barry
done yet,
Hawkins.
this frame.
67.
2 snookers needed, whether Trump feels it's worth carrying on.
Frame conceded,
doesn't.
frame Barry Hawkins.
So Barry Hawkins, he's not going to be whitewashed tonight. It's still a long road back, but he's taken the first step. Judd Trump now leads 5-1. The Hawk has won his first frame. Barry Hawkins trails 5-1. It's still a pretty perilous position, but it was impressive how he won it. He needed
Thank
one
you,
chance.
frame 7.
He made the winning
Judd Trump.
break. Judd Trump didn't think it worth playing for the 2 snookers. It was the quickest frame of the tournament, that last one. Just under 7.5 minutes. I think snooker audiences in general are very fair and they just want to see the player trailing, you know, get into the match.
doesn't take on a pot to the left corner, he may have a shot to get in behind the brown with the figure of 8 safety shot, or certainly a safety shot which tracks the cue ball round that way. Of course, the priority would be, well, first thought would be to pot one. But in the absence of an easy pot, I suspect the safety shot will be given its full attention. What's he looking at here? Normal plant. Goodness. Maybe with a view to playing safe at the same time. That didn't work. One of the very few errors. I think he got a little bit as much carried away, but that didn't look like those reds were in line at all.
One.
Now, straight away, he might be able to get into the red and the black and free the pair of those balls here. Needs the high value colour in play. And I think it's a natural to play towards the red and black. Maybe dislodge them both. Yeah, he didn't play it quite like that. It's all right, but it's not as he planned.
6.
No, he wants to keep things as simple as he can, obviously, because he knows potentially one mistake away from the end of the night for him.
Seven.
But you do see players who look like they've got no chance of winning a match suddenly become dangerous for that very reason. It's almost like they relax and just go for it. And then, you know, you fast forward 40 minutes and suddenly they're in contention again.
Nine. Ten.
Cue ball absolutely flew back there. Conditions have been terrific all week. I was in here early on lunchtime and the table's been recovered for the semi-finals again. Probably didn't need too much done to it, but they always do a refurb before the semi-finals of events. Table fitters. And the conditions have just been perfect, I think. And that's why the standard has been so high.
12.
Well, I don't know, we need an example of that.
13.
I've just seen one. That cue ball was come back like it's on elastic or something.
Seventeen.
A little
18.
groan, but actually it might not be too bad. He believes that either pink or black will pot. He's on the black. Wow, that's playing to the smallest fractions to get on that ball. I think he played it, but at the time it looked unpromising on the red. How's he going to get on the colour?
25.
But he had an idea. Pretty good so far,
26.
isn't it? A frame and a half of this. And the early stages of a fight back are on.
$29.
Yeah, on the actual percentages for pot success, he's actually in front, even though he's 5-1 down. But it's not that he's been missing. He's not been getting in, really, in the early part of the match. He's in now, though, and he's starting to look good.
$35.
Now, he's just finishing the one place. And yes, that's awkward. The red he's closest to, yes, he can pot, but where does he find the colour from? But he wanted to be on the one nearest, closest to the left corner. He isn't on to pot it anyway. It's going to take a good shot to pot this at speed and be on a colour. Really just play it. Leave yourself a tough pink to middle. Good stuff. It's an unorthodox break, this. It's a break where he's never really been in total control, but he's engineered a few positional shots to keep the break going.
$43.
Look at that, Neil. Break of 43, potted every colour.
Yeah, that must be pretty unusual, I should think. Obviously, when you get to the colours, it always notches up those colours in sequence, but 43 break with all those, that kind of underlines the point, doesn't it? It's been hard work. And it's about to get even harder, I think.
Yes, and that's the problem. He's taken so many low-value colours that
49.
there's still plenty on here. There's only 49 in front, 75 available. Cannon into the yellow there.
Barry Hawkins, 49.
Well, he was looking at that red with a bit of concern. He has run safe, but of course wanted to continue. Just didn't come nice on the pink, cannon the yellow, and break over.
Well, you can't imagine leaving that red on. Cable just gone right in behind it. Amazing place for the balls to end up.
One.
But still, he's chipping away at low-value colour, so despite this further chance, he'll still need a bit to do. Probably needs two more reds to be on the safe side after this yellow's potted.
4.
The black and Judd Trump needs a snooker, and it looks like we're going into another frame. And suddenly it's 2 frames where Judd Trump has only potted 1 ball. And the one he potted, he tried to lay the snooker, didn't he? Behind the bulk colour. Didn't quite do it in the last frame.
12.
Hawkins knocked in the long red, made the break from it. Not won this frame in one visit, but he's starting to look like he did earlier in the week.
That's true, but the way you've described it is, yeah, it was the tiniest of errors from Trump, wasn't it? Good red and
18.
snooker on all of the reds bar 1, as you point out. Not really an error of any.
19.
No, but I suppose he's set such high standards that Barry Hawkins knows what he's going to have to do to pot some balls and win frames. Do it very quickly. Anyway, this frame's all over.
But the match is not all over
19,
yet.
And the
Barry Hawkins has won 2 on the spin. He's getting good support here in Bolton. Judd Trump's lead is reduced to 5-2. Two to Judd Trump. It was 5-0. He's only potted 1 ball in the next 2 frames. Barry Hawkins has dominated them. Can he just put a bit of pressure on by winning this one? I think 5-3, you then start to look at it and think, well, it's now a close match.
Thank you, frame 8. Barry Hawkins to break.
It's like grimace there from Barry Hawkins, that safety shot off the break. It was under speed, under hit.
Two hours playing time. I'm sure at 5-0, Judd Trump and his fans were hoping it would be over by now. Look at that, though. Middle of the pocket. Beautiful.
Oh, now you know why Barry was unhappy with his break-off, because it didn't seem too bad. Beautiful pop there. I think he's overcooked it. I don't think the red that he pushed away from the black is now potable as he would have hoped. gone a bit too far across, so end of break very abruptly. I think you could go back two or three frames, he probably would have made it more than 8 there when he was in full cry. Yeah, so it's quite a difficult safety shot there that Judd played. He has to catch the thin edge. He knows that he could hit the blue. It's not one of those shots where he's played it poorly, really. He's hit the blue from that angle quite often. And how much is it going to cost him, that mistake? Is the black, I wonder if it goes on that spot. If it doesn't, I think it'll be up the blue. I don't think the pink spot is free.
Eight. Nine. Barry Hawkins.
I must say, I thought that was in all the way, and judging by that, so did Barry. Let's see this again. How did that stay at the top jaw? I mean, on any table I ever was brought up to play on, it would always drop down from the nap, from the top jaw. It went the other way, if anything. That looked in running in a big way.
Question is, will he get another shot? Trump has a chance unexpectedly.
One.
Looking to win one more frame to reach what would be his 5th final of the season, and we're only in mid-November.
Seven. Eight. $40.
Well, now I've seen it from the low angle, I think he's on it, but it didn't seem like that when he first hit it. Yeah, got away with one a bit there because the shot before was not played to perfection for once.
$21. Judd Trump,
Well,
21.
that was unexpected. That just came out of nowhere. That wasn't happening in the first half of the night.
One.
Yes, he didn't have to go into them there, but there were two reds out in open play, but there's more than two now. Well, I'm pleased that that pink that he missed, which held its line or went up, wasn't his last shot, but like you, I didn't expect Judd to miss the easy red that he did miss. It's come out of nowhere.
Well, if this goes 5-3, and it's not yet, but if it does, it gets very interesting, I think.
50.
Hawkins might start to quietly fancy the job.
16.
Still got work to do here, though, hasn't he? That's the problem now. He's not finished perfectly on this black. Cue ball unavoidably in bulk and back out unless he plays it into bulk pocket. I think he might be considering doing here.
$23. $24.
Nah, can't
Barry
afford
Hawkins,
to miss those
24.
after Trump himself was broken down.
Yeah, I mean, he took the idea to knock the red out on the previous shot, but you're always going to leave your cue ball on the side cushion. Couldn't really see him missing it either, but I suppose when you're rolling those, you can.
It's just that Trump was not looking vulnerable, but was making errors that he hadn't been making prior to that, and that was the time to really take advantage from Barry Hawkins' perspective. This is the problem when you refrain from defeat. You know, every miss can seem really significant.
Well, I was thinking that the red on the right cushion was going to cause him problems, but all of a sudden, the wheel's not fallen off, but it's just come a little bit loose.
Well, what a fractious period of play this is for both, but Trump suddenly starting to miss. He was not doing that earlier on.
One.
So the red on the right cushion now is Barry's problem. These two have got a similar issue in that they're both left-handers but use the rest right-handed, so that would be an awkward shot down that right side with the rest leaning across. Not quite at the stage where I'll be thinking about it, but it will be very shortly. Well, there you are. He didn't like it. He didn't think it went.
Barry Hawkins set.
I must say, it did look like he could pop that bottom red, but clearly he was behind the shot. Well, such a high standard in the first 5 frames, 5 or 6 frames probably. But a few errors have crept in now, all right, from both players. So, another attempt to win this frame and make it 5-3, and the tension, I think, will ramp up if he can do that. Already seems to be quite tense. How's he going to get on that right-hand red? Like I say, it's not so easy.
8.
Either of these two in the where they play the rest. He'd almost like to stand at the end of the table and use the rest perhaps and just round the side.
Nine.
Now has he got the shot to move it? Don't know he has. Yeah, this is awkward now. I think this is an awkward shot for Barry. Is the point I'm making, you see, on these shots. Playing as if right-handed, but if he was right-handed, he wouldn't need the rest anyway. So it's a very awkward setup down that right side of the table for someone like Barry.
Barry Hawkins.
Yeah, it didn't look any fun, did it? So Judd Trump then has his chance to get this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a blind spot that players like that have, and Mark Allen and these two are both lefties that play right hand with the rest. Strange one. But that part of the table is no fun playing down. Anyway, another chance to get the match won.
Well, before the interval, this would seem a formality, but there's been all sorts happening in the last sort of 5 minutes or so. The pressure on him to get it done here. He's sort of shaking his head at that one as well.
7.
He's suddenly just under it a bit here. Well, it was position really to yellow.
7.
As I say, put himself under pressure. But what a chance. When he came to the table, the last red was over the pocket. A couple of shots later, he's missed the yellow.
Two.
And it's not just the way the match has turned around, it's how it's happened. Judd Trump was playing world-class snooker to 5-0. Now he's really struggling, and Barry Hawkins must sense a chance. Just needs the green for the frame. This is not done yet, this match. It looked it at 5-0. Things have turned around in a dramatic way.
Nine.
Well,
Barry
Judd
Hawkins,
Trump
9.
had a golden
And
chance,
frame.
didn't he, there? But he didn't take it. And Barry Hawkins has now won 3 in a row. It's a lot closer. Trump leading only 5-3.
which can mount as the match gets closer to a conclusion.
Yeah, and we've seen it so many times. Barry Hawkins from in front, from behind. We've seen the way matches can turn, and this one has turned. Trump's still 5-3. It's a decent lead, but it's just the way it's gone 5-3, and that last frame, the way he struggled. But still, of course,
Thank you, frame 9.
I'm sure he will get a chance at some
Judd Trump
point
to break.
to get it won. This is the strange psychology of snooker, though. Had it been 3 each and Judd Trump's 5-3 up, he's feeling really good. But, of course, it was 5-0. It was looking over the way he was playing, but it's not.
One.
Terrific long red that. Played, I think, with a degree of confidence that he would pot it. The cue ball hasn't made it. The bulk line, which in this instance would be in his favour. Choice of bulk colours now.
So this is the long pot success from frames 6 to 9. Hawkins starting to win frames. 5 out of 5 for him.
Yeah, and there's been some good pots in there, long pots. Can often be misleading if it's a ball in a pocket at long range, but they've not been like that. They've all been well struck.
Five.
Referee Brendan Moore just working out where this ping is actually going to go. Have to move a red to get it into position. Well, he doesn't. So it goes beneath the pack.
Eleven. Twelve. Seventeen.
Well, the cue ball looks unpromising, doesn't it? Then sort of slightly embedded in amongst the reds. Well, I mean, this has got the potential to be a push shot if you're not careful. And if he was to play it, Brendan Moore would be taking a very close interest in this, because this could be a push shot. Or in the fear of playing a
Barry
push shot,
Hawkins,
that's what
17.
also often happens. You're worried about playing a foul, a double hit, so you don't hit it at all. It's a horrible shot to be faced with, actually, of his own doing. Just didn't want to get the cue through too much in case he double hit. Might be his last shot, you know.
One.
Well, let's see how Trump's feeling. This will tell us quite a bit, I think, this visit. You know, early on in the match, you fancy a frame-winning break, but things have got a little bit sticky since. So unexpected errors crept in that last frame.
Eight. Nine.
I suppose what's in his favour is that, in general, you know, he's feeling great. Obviously, the season he's had, it's not like he's not won a tournament for a year. He's won 3 this season, so he's got that inner confidence to call on, in theory.
$16.
I think that's one of the big problems. The player goes so far behind 5-0. And even if, in this case, Barry Hawkins starts to play a lot better, which he has done, you're just one mistake away, aren't you, in all those frames in trying to come back. One mistake away from playing your last shot and being out. There's no margin for error whatsoever. And also, you're playing somebody that already won 5 in a row against you, so your opponent's in form. That's why we don't see these kind of deficits overturned very often.
$20.
Well, that is a look of annoyance from Judd, looking away from the table. Not for the first time. The little cannon has not worked out to plan. It's all covering each other. I mean, he's looking at the plant, but it's a very difficult one. Very difficult. Big gap between them, and the Reds aren't in line either, so I think you have to walk away from this situation.
It's one of those at 5-0, he might have played that, but can't really afford to at this stage. Disappointing.
Trump 30.
Just seems often in snooker, if you start to make errors, then things then go against you as well. And another day gets on a red there and continues the break. See, I mean, it doesn't show much annoyance, Trump, but you can see he's disappointed very much so when he sat down there.
Pretty good safety shot, that. Get the feeling that Trump should be able to get back to Bolton himself, but he's still got to do it. Thin contact off the top red here. And that same shot, exactly the same thing happened earlier on that shot. Couldn't get a wide enough angle to get round the blue. Hit it full on, as we did see, I think, last frame.
shot from Hawkins, keeping the pressure on.
Very difficult shot to play, to catch a thin red which is on the cushion. Almost hitting across the face of it to catch the thinnest of contacts. Oh, this is a big one. Barry taking on with that strange bridge that he adopts. Well, there was plenty of value in it. Had it gone in, you feel that could have made quite a few from there.
One.
Just seems right now, nothing is straightforward. He's still on this black, but seems to be pressure on every shot now. Well, now this looks like a pretty good chance.
8.
I'm not sure if it's sometimes you put the extra weight on the cue from all the equipment you put on there means that the player might overscrew or overhit a certain shot. It's almost like a different feel to the cue. And he didn't mean to be that far away from the pink. Not even on it, as you see. I mean, he's got so much on this. It's like the cue was a lot heavier. And his touch went out the window. Nice recovery. He made it look like a simple shot there, but having got out of position, he's straight back in again.
40.
Well, I guess you can expect difficult spells in a big match, which this is. It's about how you deal with it. So it's a test for Trump, but if he can win this frame, then he's passed it.
And of course, those 2 or 3 reds that were awkward
90.
kind of plays into his hands a little bit. He will need one of them, but it's a fairly safe table should he go wrong.
20.
So it'll be 40 in front with this. So red, high value colour, red, following this black. We'll see him into the final on Sunday.
$27.
Which of the 3 reds will he play on is the question. I mean, he'll only need a 1 red, so he might just want to play on the red along the black cushion. Just drop it in. He decided to move 1 there.
28.
Compromise his position slightly, and he hasn't got the red safe or out of safety. Just pop this to the middle. The angle is taking the cue ball into the bulk area.
33.
You'll see it as almost a free shot to get the match won. That free shot probably put him in the final.
34.
Yeah, it's not quite done, but you'll have a certain degree of relief that he's at the snooker's required stage at least. In the end, it was all about just getting the last frame won, however many visits it took.
Judd Trump, 30.
47 behind, 43 on. He's not tight in behind this Brown. Let's see if he can cause a bit of trouble here for Trump. You can see he is in a snooker.
Yes, and of course the red directly below the black would interest him where it is, because if he could pot it the other red and high value colour, there's every chance of getting a snooker. But there's no way he can pot one at this stage. He's just got a glimmer of hope, Hawkins, keeping the match alive, just a glimmer.
Well, not now. And there's the
You can see
handshake.
the
In
frame of
fact,
Judd
Judd
Trump.
Trump played superbly to lead 5-0. It got a little bit difficult towards the end, but the fact is he is through to his 5th final of the season, to his 5th final in the Champion of Champions. He's beaten Barry Hawkins by 6 frames to 3.